In 1987, Buick had a vision to create a car that would dominate on the streets and leave a never-ending legacy in the world of performance vehicles. And no, they didn't just wake up saying they would produce the fastest car in America out of nowhere. There was an exciting story behind this decision: GNX Buick Grand National. In 1987, Buick had a vision to create a car that would dominate on the streets and leave a never-ending legacy in the world of performance vehicles. And no, they didn't just wake up saying they would produce the fastest car in America out of nowhere. There was an exciting story behind this decision. Imagine this: it's the early 80s, and Buick is enjoying some dramatic NASCAR victories with their Regal. GM sees an opportunity and decides it's time to turn that racing success into something really amazing for the streets. Inspired by the Rolling Stones classic, Paint It Black, they outfit the Regal in a menacing black paint job. Then they took things further, stiffening the suspension for improved handling and adding cool sporty wheels and a bold rear spoiler for style. But the real magic happens under the hood, where they decided to push the boundaries by equipping it with a turbocharged V6 engine. This was something not typically associated with raw muscle. To promote their creation, Buick went all out. They dropped a commercial featuring George Thorogood, proclaiming that this car is bad to the bone. By 1986, the Grand National became a beast of a vehicle, flaunting a 250 horsepower and showing up even Corvettes despite only having a 6-cylinder engine. It was a muscle car revolution, no longer defined by big V8s, but by pure innovation and performance. Then came 1987, the year Buick decided to drop the mic, teaming up with ASC McLaren. They took the already impressive Grand National and pushed it to the absolute limit. And then they ended up with the GNX, or Grand National Experimental, a 276 horsepower street monster with 360 pound-feet of torque built to surpass all expectations. This might not sound like a lot today, but it definitely was a huge deal back then. And the performance it had back then was just way above the standard. Even today, many car lovers praise this car because of its performance and are willing to pay a hefty amount to buy one. Now, before we get into top speed and acceleration and the hefty price tag, let's first talk about the design and aesthetics. So, this evolved version of the Buick Grand National, which was originally based on the Buick Regal, took everything to the next level. Buick made it even more special by releasing only 547 of these beasts, turning the GNX into an exclusive supercar that increased the hype surrounding it. Even today, the hype is high, but does it actually live up to its expectations in this modern time? Well, in terms of looks, the Buick GNX has some subtle changes compared with the Buick Grand National. This was intentional because the all-black Regal Coupe from the Grand National already made a bold statement. The GNX kept that aggressive, sleek vibe that made people stop and stare. It was so catchy that it became the inspiration for the famous "Lord Vader, your car is ready" meme. What made it special was how the exterior was enhanced with unique GNX badges found on the grille, the deck lid, and the wheel centers. These badges were small but attention-grabbing details that gave the car a signature look. Interestingly, this style has inspired the design of today's Buick Sport touring models. Another detail that connects the GNX to present-day ST models is its sleek 16-inch black mesh aluminum alloy wheels, which added to the car's aggressive and sporty appearance. But perhaps one of the most unique and rare features of the GNX was the serial number plaque on the dashboard. Every GNX had its own number, ranging from 001 to 547. If we talk about the interior, the Buick GNX brought some exciting upgrades to make it stand out from the regular Grand National. One of the coolest additions was the Stewart Warner gauge package, replacing the standard GM instrument cluster. This upgrade included a 160 mph speedometer, an 8,000 RPM tachometer, and individual gauges for turbo boost, oil pressure, and water temperature. This made the car feel more like a race car on the inside. Yes, the seats remained the same black and gray design carried over from the Grand National. The GNX sported a unique, numbered, commemorative plaque on the dashboard, reinforcing its exclusive nature. Surprisingly, the GNX didn't come with a sunroof or T-tops because Buick prioritized structural integrity, showing they were all about making a solid and powerful machine. So how powerful were these cars? Early testing of a prototype in 1987 showed that it could roar from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds. And that's not all, it also dominated the quarter mile, completing it in just 13.4 seconds at an impressive 104 miles per hour. When the production models were tested, they managed to deliver an even more stunning 0 to 60 time of just 4.7 seconds. For a car built in the 1980s and weighing 3,500 pounds, that kind of speed was almost unheard of. To put it in perspective, cars back then didn't have the advanced tires or technology we have today, which makes these numbers even more extraordinary. Because of this, many people still don't believe these numbers and think they were exaggerated. However, the reality was that this vehicle was just a beast. Here, you might wonder why they stopped making such an incredible car. Well, the reason was that Buick decided to move the Regal to a new front-wheel drive platform in 1988. This major shift in design left no room for the GNX to continue as it was. Because of this change, the legendary GNX was produced for only one model year, making it a rare gem in the car world. The GNX was born out of an ambitious goal to create a car that was fast, advanced, and eye-catching. Buick wanted to design something that would go beyond what people expected, and they succeeded in making a vehicle that was powerful and high-tech for its time. Even now, nearly 40 years after its release, the GNX remains an icon in the automotive world. Its design and performance set a standard that has inspired car lovers. Even today, people are interested in purchasing these incredible cars, but they sure are expensive now. You see, there was a time when, with some luck, you could find a GNX for somewhere between $50,000 and $100,000. However, those days are gone. Now even models in decent condition with reasonable mileage start at about $100,000. If you're looking for a pristine GNX with less than 1,000 miles on it, the price jumps really high, beginning at $200,000. Yes, you heard right, $200,000 as a starting price for a car that's decades old. The legacy of the GNX and Grand National extends far beyond the world of car enthusiasts. These cars are stars in their own right, celebrated on the big screen, television, and even pop culture. They've been featured prominently in countless movies and TV series. For example, the GNX and Grand National have roared onto scenes in blockbuster franchises like The Fast and Furious, adding to their reputation as symbols of power and speed. They've also appeared in hit TV shows such as HBO's The Watchmen, Walker Texas Ranger, and Miami Vice, as well as investigative classics like Unsolved Mysteries. Most recently, the spotlight has only grown brighter. A stunning GNX graced the cover of rap legend Kendrick Lamar's sixth album in 2024, aptly named GNX. The car even played a starring role in Lamar's unforgettable Super Bowl 59 halftime show in February 2025. Remarkably, this was an authentic GNX purchased from a dealership in California. The car was modified further to create one of the show's most jaw-dropping moments. This was done so that dozens of dancers could emerge theatrically from beneath it on stage. So, this was a detailed review of the legendary Buick GNX. Built before most of us were born, this car continues to be a symbol of power and performance. Its impact on the automotive industry is still felt today, with its influence seen in modern muscle cars and sports cars. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Buick GNX. Would you like to drive one or add it to your collection? Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more related videos. Goodbye!